When you choose to be at a rate where you are just living out your trauma, you don't really know exactly how. You don't have the time to care. That's what Spirit just said. You don't have the time to care. You don't have the time to be aware that I actually hoard and have this hoarder mentality in groups where I want to collect people, I want to collect emotions, I want to connect and obsess over circumstances. I want to be spiritual, but yet I'm a material, you know. And it's not about not having. Don't take it as judgment. It's literally about being at a rate to recognize, and this is internal dialogue. If you don't want to like it, comment, or share, you don't have to, but receive, you know, because we're all working through something at whatever rate. Perpetuating wounds when it comes to your parents, it's almost like a circumstance. They used to say when I worked at the warehouse that they have like these grandfather systems, and basically these are the old traditions in a company, right? And it's something that's basically been taken from one part and basically contributed or transitioned and merged into another system. This other system, however, trumps, the new and running system. This system is the system that everybody loved because it was more lenient and it wasn't as strict, but at the same time, it has more authority just because it was first. A lot of times you don't recognize that when you are dealing with something as intense. I want to talk about the matriarch. When you're dealing with something as intense as the mother womb, y'all, you're dealing with literally the seat of a throne that is almost like placarded, and it's stationed up so high within your vessel that it requires a rate of, I don't want to like make it small because it's such a big deal. This is your mitochondrial DNA. Your mother's side is the side that is most connected to your soul. So if there's some disconnect physically, there's a disconnect spiritually. And it doesn't always mean that you're going to be connected physically. It's just that you have to come to terms with and you have to get right with certain rates of yourself within this connection for you to be at a rate of honoring what is. Like I said, the Most High is, you know, being all things at once and being nothing because it's beyond the things that it is because it created parts of itself. It's like you don't get to understand where it is that you're going if you don't know where it is that you came from. And you came from your mother, right? Yet, like I said, we have to be put in positions. There's a certain rate of pain you must experience when you're so close to the Most High. And it's not something to tarnish or to even make it be what a lot of people try to make it so like superficial, like, oh, they think they're special, calling themselves the chosen. They have this complex, they have this psychic, what do they call it? It's a thing that they use, some verbiage that I feel like is very, very derogatory. It's almost like you've allowed yourself to tap into a certain rate in your psyche that forces you to place yourself in this position instead of dealing with the fact that you have mental issues because this system wants us to believe that we need to be medicated. This system wants us to believe that we have to be among, a category, a rate, a chart that could be studied and perceived at a deeper rate because they mean to understand in order to infiltrate us, right? So when you start to be sovereign in these spaces and make decisions and stuff like that, it becomes difficult because you're not operating off of the system and you deciding something that a lot of people haven't decided for themselves because people be hive minded, people be following. So I was gonna say, God forbid you try to heal some shit, especially when it comes to your family. You're dealing with a whole group of hive. Like it's a big you going for the queen, and it is a hive that's gonna attack your ass and try to get you out of there. but it's not a circumstance to where it will win, especially if you keep moving forward. The reason is a lot of people don't understand the rate of exchange that occurs when you dealing with yourself on a soul level. It trumps the physical. And a lot of us, because we've come here so intentional, so purposeful in what it is that we're doing, your authority, your ranking, okay, it outranks a lot of the ish that will come towards you. And sometimes y'all, when they be communicating with me, it be so much coming through, because this is a message that I basically received earlier, and it kind of all goes together. And the reason why it goes together is because a lot of y'all, I'm going to be very, very blanket because I just want to hurry up and just say it and just get it over with and not make it cute. A lot of y'all is sitting in the midst of gossiping, being in group chats. Y'all super messy, you know. I don't know why I feel like calling it like low life mentality, because you're wanting to sit and focus so much energy on what somebody who basically triggers you to get to your traumas is doing. You're wanting to focus on wanting to continue to be in a high school mentality, trying to basically be like mean girls, douchebags, jerks, however you want to call it, taking on your lower aspects of yourself that allow you to stay in ego, that force you to be in this space where you're not willing to represent all of it is that you are. You're not willing to represent the fact that you have ego, you have the it, you have the super, like you have all of these parts of yourself moving, and you could reach just as high as anybody else, but yet you've convinced yourself in this position because you're perpetuating this condition based off of how you've been, compliant to the conditions that you were born and you were raised in. A lot of us don't recognize and understand that sometimes the child comes to continue on the thing that the parent may have not basically perfected, and the blood is being perfected, right? So if you recognize this and you're aware of this, you're literally uh, um, you're an improvement based off of somebody else's condition. And when you look at it like that, you got to recognize that the original condition has to go to the source. And for a lot of us, the source is going to be our mother. And it's not just about our mother, it's about her mother. It's about her mother. It's about her mother. It's about her. And it continues and it goes so far back. And the more you're able to be in this space, the archangel's name that I was talking about earlier is Archangel Zachiel. He covers freedom, compassion, and forgiveness. Connect with him if you feel called to do so. The more you're able to sit with every rate of yourself, because they're all a part of you, especially when you start talking about your ancient ancestors and honor that space. My gosh, my goodness, right? But a lot of y'all catty, y'all come from church and y'all like young versions of the motherboard, young versions of the and I know that some of y'all who was a uh Sunday afternoon, Saturday morning, Wednesday afternoon, like y'all, if y'all was there like I was there, y'all know what the heck I'm talking about. Them bake sale mothers, y'all like them old bitter, like y'all messy as fuck, and it doesn't even require church anymore because it's become a thing to where it's so obvious that it's like literally perpetuated in the spiritual community, and people are calling themselves something, and they don't recognize the reason why their stuff doesn't hit the way that they want it to hit. It doesn't actually have the trajectory to go as far as it could go. It's because you're lacing it in a condition that was never meant. You're lacing it and you're actually wanting to amplify something that is beautiful with something that is so 3D. It's so 4D. It's not, and you're literally, a lot of y'all have stopped at this 5D consciousness, right? And y'all meant for 6, 7, 9, 12, dimension, and you don't even allow yourself to get to this rate because it's such a rate where you're, well, I'm not willing to let go of this. I'm not willing to let go of this, y'all. If I told y'all the amount of stuff that I knew was happening and how much stuff I'm not allowing myself to even give attention to anymore, okay? You'd be like, well, why? That's you. That's not me, right? free yourself. Free yourself, free your ancestors.